Do you want your mouse and keyboard aim to be so precise that even overpowered controller aim assist won't stand a chance against you? If so, then you're in the perfect place, because in this video we're talking about everything you need to know to have the perfect sensitivity and dominate Warzone. Let's go. I've been getting requests to make this video since Verdansk came back, so I'm happy to finally have it ready for you. First off, your sensitivity as well as DPI is not a one-size-fits-all thing. You will have to play around with settings and go through some trial and error before getting it perfect. I know it sounds like a lot, but don't worry. I have over 10 years of experience experimenting with sensitivity, and by the end of this video, hopefully you too will have absorbed enough information to lock in on the perfect settings. Stay tuned till the end so that you don't miss out on any of these important settings, and possibly a bonus mouse and keyboard specific loadout. So before we get to your in-game sense, let's talk about DPI. You can think of your DPI as your mouse's sensitivity. This usually is adjusted in your mouse software settings or with a button at the very top of your mouse. I'm currently using the Finalmouse Prophecy Tfue edition, so this is where I changed my DPI. It'll depend on exactly what mouse you have. DPI should be set to what feels most comfortable for you when using your PC for general use, like browsing the internet or social media. Some common DPI settings that most gamers use are 400, 800, 1600, and sometimes 3200. You don't have to stick with these, but they are the most common. 400 will feel the slowest and 3200 will feel the fastest. If you're new to mouse and keyboard, then I'd recommend to start with either 400 or 800. I personally use 800 because it's what I feel the most comfortable with. Remember that changing your DPI will also affect your in-game sensitivity. Let's say you play on a 5.0 in-game sensitivity, but you'd like to double your DPI from 400 to 800. After doubling your DPI, you'd have to cut your in-game sense from the 5.0 down to 2.5. This would keep your exact same sensitivity in-game, then you can tweak your in-game sense from there. Next, let's jump into Warzone settings. I'll start by showing you my personal settings, which are a 4.8 in-game sense with a 0.9 ADS sense. I use 120 FOV, which really helps to see as much of the map as possible on your screen and not miss out on valuable info during the match. Another setting that is extremely important is your ADS sensitivity type, which can be set to relative or legacy. Relative will automatically make your ADS sense lower than your hipfire sense, depending on what monitor distance coefficient you use. I personally use a 1.33, but many other people use 1.78 when playing on monitors with a 16:9 aspect ratio. The reason I use 1.33 is because it's what I have the most history and muscle memory with, so I'd recommend keeping this setting to whatever you've spent the most time on. On the other hand, legacy ADS type will make your hipfire sense the exact same as your ADS sense, which can help with muscle memory, but also make it harder to make those micro adjustments while aiming down sights. You can lower your ADS sense or custom sense per zoom to help with this if you'd like. You don't have to worry about the monitor distance coefficient setting if you choose legacy, because you fully control your ADS sensitivity this way. I see many people making the mistake of starting out with a sensitivity that is way too high. I know a super high sense can feel good at first, but making the micro adjustments while aiming will be a lot less forgiving. I recommend to start lower and work your way up slowly to really lock in on what feels best for you. I'm curious as to what sensitivity and DPI you are currently using. Drop a comment down below and let me know. Your gear can also play a big factor in your ability to adjust your sensitivity. Let's say you play on a smaller desk without much room. You will likely have to keep your sensitivity higher so that your mouse isn't constantly running off the pad. Try to give yourself as much room as possible so that you don't feel restricted on your movement while playing. This is why I use the huge Saturn Pro XXL mousepad to give myself as much freedom to move as possible. This way I'm able to aim with my whole arm swiping across the desk instead of just my wrist. When aiming with your arm and wrist, you maximize the amount of muscles you have engaged while aiming. This leads to pinpoint accuracy over time through muscle memory. If you made it this far, I can't thank you enough. Here's the bonus loadout that I promised, which includes the OP one-shot HDR, the recently buffed SOG SMG, and of course the tracker perk paired with smokes to break enemy aim assist. Thanks for watching, and consider hitting that subscribe button for more mouse and keyboard videos like tips and tricks to instantly counter aim assist.